directors and area bodies. Onto the Rapture developer, the Chinese room has made 17 hires over the past 3 months, and is aiming to double in size. By the end of 2019, the Brighton-based studio was acquired by Sumo Digital last August, and has ramped up its recruitment efforts in the months since, with a view to working on more original projects. Included in its recent round of hires is new art director Sean McCormack, technical director Nick Slavin, lead designer Rob McLaughlin, and lead artist Ben Matthews. We are hard at work on a great new game, and it's fantastic to have brought together such an amazing bunch of talented developers to help realize it, commented the Chinese Room co-founder and creative director Dan Pinterbeck. We have got a brilliant mix of industry veterans and rising stars, and it's really exciting to see the studio keep evolving and growing. Dirty Bomb is going free to play, in the most literal interpretation of the term. After an update next week, all monetization will be patched out of the game. Following last month's announcement that the dev team is winding down live support for the game, it's both a nice gesture and a neat way for the developer to thank Dirty Bomb's players for supporting the game through the years. Even though the team will not be making any new content for the game from here on out, developer Splash Damage announced last year that it was planning to end development of new Dirty Bomb content due to diminishing returns, and offer refunds to players that had purchased Merc Pack DLC, since it was not going to be releasing any more characters in the future. While Splash Damage does not plan to make more characters or content for the game, it does plan for Dirty Bomb to remain online and playable for as long as a meaningful number of players still logged into play. Now, as a thank you to the players that have stuck with the game throughout the years, Splash Damage is releasing a patch that removes premium currency from the game, making all of those items purchasable with Dirty Bomb's regular, earnable currency instead. The patch will almost triple the rate at which players earn credits, in addition to converting any single unit of premium currency into roughly 20 regular credits. On top of that, the team is bringing back some popular in-game items that, for whatever reason, were no longer available, though the dev says in the patch notes that not every back catalog item has been brought back due to some unfortunate technical limitations. Heads up, game makers. Game Developers Conference organizers are excited to debut one mood mentoring initiative this year, aimed at helping BD attendees connect with seasoned professionals who can provide valuable help. Launching at DD 2019, it's a brand new mentoring program to help encourage game development professionals to continue and grow in their personal careers. Attendees can take advantage of the offering by logging into the BD Connect matchmaking tool and selecting session type that meets their needs. Mentors, comprised of seasoned professionals across all sections of the industry, will be matched with you via the system. Meeting will take place in the exclusive BD Mentoring Lounge located in the Expo. Mentoring sessions are scheduled to open for sign-ups in early February, so make sure to mark your calendars. Here are the types of mentoring sessions on offer at DD 2019. Available to summits, conference summits, conference all-access pass holders. Available to Expo Plus summits, conference summits, conference all-access pass holders. Attendees seeking more information on the show session lineup should check out the official DD 2019 schedule builder, which continues to add new talks every week. Bring your team to BD, register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2019, visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, or Gamasutra and DD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. At DD 2019, today League of Geeks led producer Lacey Kane took the stage to share some of what THA Rami LLO team learned while hustling to treat the game like a service. The game launched in 2015, and since then League of Geeks has kept leading in a steady stream of updates while rolling it out on new platforms, keeping a steady stream of revenue coming in long after the game's debut. Kate explained that WHILA never designed to be a live game. The studio quickly saw an opportunity to begin nurturing it like one, but it required a significant overhaul of how the team approaches game development. For a game like Gamasutra that was never meant to be games as a service, we have really had to adapt and refine our process over time, said Kane, noting that this approach is most fruitful on platforms like Steam, where updates are comparatively painless. Console for us has not been as much of a good home for games as a service as we have hoped, said Kane, explaining that the team found it much easier to push updates to Gamasutra on Steam versus the console versions, since the hurdles involved are much lower. In-game events help keep players coming back. Kay went on to share some bite-sized tips for fellow developers to adapt their own projects to fit a games as a service model. Keeping players coming back is key, obviously, and Kay noted that Gamasutra capitalizes on its systems and new options to keep players engaged with regular in-game events. 1 week, there might be a special set of house rules to play by, for example, while another week might have some special holiday-themed dice players can use. Free brand name updates every 8 to 12 weeks. League of Geeks also regularly pushes for Gamasutra updates to Steam that include a variety of changes, from quality of life improvements to gameplay tweaks and new content. These are always free and have enough new stuff to grab players' attention on a regular basis. What we found is that HT's sweet spot for us is an update every 8 weeks, said Kane, referring specifically to these free updates. For us, we have found you really do not want to go longer than 12 weeks between updates, because you are losing players. Paid DLC packs can drive player excitement and regular revenue bumps. Gamasutra also gets less frequent downloadable content packs that come with a price tag, which Kane says keeps players excited and gives League of Geeks regular lift in revenue. She added that while the team works closely with the community to decide what to work on for these DLC packs and all available updates, it's important for devs to take feedback from the community only when it helps you achieve your vision for the project. The features that we'll decide to work on come from a combination of our development team, ideas and updates, our directors and founders, goals to work towards, and community feedback. Kane said, "We believe that the ideal relationship between a developer and community is that they are not necessarily telling you what to make, but that you are weaponizing them to help you bring your vision to life." She also dropped in a few tips from how to the top, which might be worth your time, starting with a strong shout-out for automated QA testing setups. Hot tip: automated testing is clutch in live game dev. At League of Geeks, we have a set of 12 PCs set up, and these are to run multiplayer sessions of Gamasutra, said Kane. Unlike our QA staff, these machines work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 70 tests every hour. roughly around 1,600 tests a day per machine. What that means is that once a feature, task, or bug is complete, it's put into the release branch, a patch branch, and ran through the automated testing suite. Before our QA team has a chance to test it. That means we are picking up bugs others before our QA team has even had a chance to look at them. Hot tip: do not release an update on a Friday after 5 p.m. Kane reminded devs not to set themselves up for failure by avoiding, whenever possible, releasing updates when the team would not be well positioned to deal with them. For the Australian Studio League of Geeks, this meant that shipping builds at the end of the day, on a Friday, otherwise proved to be painful timing. Generally, when we are going home, people are waking up and starting to play the game, said Kane. I think we have broken this rule once, because we knew we had the data. But in general you should never break this rule. Tip: set up an in-game reporting tool.